tristeza, adeus, amor, adeus, vida minha, saudade, tristeza, adeus.
From Bayswater to Bahia in Brazil, an offering to the Blessed Virgin Lemania and to the sea, a basket of flowers which cradle a celluloid doll, symbol of the Son of God. A far cry from the dark labyrinths of black magic where man is only the intermediary, the slave of the powers of the occult. In the realms of white magic, man plays at being God himself. These women believe they are sending the Son of Man journeying across the ocean to Africa, the land of their forefathers. Among the river and the rocks. The celebrant is Ogum, or St. George. The padre, or santo, the father or impersonator of the saint, has caught 3 poor prostitutes in the flagrant pursuance of their livelihood and dragged them here from the filth they normally live in. In spite of the brutality of the rite, the local authorities shut an eye in the interests of discouraging prostitution. And it is quite a discourager. For the girls are forced to beat their breasts, their hands and faces on the sun-scorched rocks for the entire day. Their divinely appointed accusers seek their purification with singing and dancing around little altars laid out on the rocks, dedicated to Ogum. The body is cleansed. Suffering has raised the spirit above the humiliated, lacerated flesh. For Ogum regards sin as a canker in the blood of these nature-bound Brazilians, not as a short-circuiting of the conscience. The dancers droop. All night long, the 3 sinners must lie naked and shivering in the cold water of the torrent, while their brothers wait to help them ashore. Carnival, the 3 days of wild abandon when the black angels held grand Sabbath before the austerities of Lent. Year after year in Rio, there is a sort of municipal Sabbath where the fanatical gaiety, the explosion of all inhibitions, turned the city into a 3-day Walpurgis night. In Finland, we saw blood appear for the first time as a ritualistic element. In Rio, the blood ingredient erupts as riotous color, sex, drugs, and elements of the horrific, as in the ceremony of the Raspadjan. The Ronco, room of the secret ceremonies. Possessed by the spirit of the Saint Oxosse, or hypnosis to us, the novice Jiao is catulata, that is, her hair is cropped close to the scalp and then completely shaven by Padre or Santo, impersonator of the saint. The practice of shaving the novice's head is also common in Europe to witches and to more orthodox religious orders. For Zhao, the sensations are as muzzy and traumatic as a prenatal dream. Shaving has converted Zhao's skull into a gleaming dome, a little human altar to be washed by the blood of a dove, an Angola hen, and a young goat, animals of sacrifice. Feathers have a meaning. May you fly high above poverty and pain like these birds whose feathers enfold you. Here, folk religion brushes with the surrealist, for both try to lift the veil from the world of familiar objects. The novice has passed through the sacrifice and now explodes into the rhythm of the candomblé, a metaphysical dance of white angels whirling about her head. She must wear 3 different cotton dresses representing the 3 souls of youth: puberty, adolescence, and young womanhood. Go in peace and happiness, Zhao, in the name of Oxosse.